What is going on, guys? Back with another video, and today wanted to talk about the recent news regarding Jim Leonard out as the potential Packers defensive coordinator. So let's get right into it. If you haven't already known, Jim Leonard was one of the favorites to become the next Packers defensive coordinator. He's been at Wisconsin for a while now, and I was pretty pumped when I heard the news that he might be the next coordinator because Wisconsin's had a really great defense over the last couple years, and it just felt right, seeing like finally getting a young defensive coordinator. When I feel like the Packers have always had older defensive coordinators, and that's not bad, but I think like just surrounding Matt LaFleur with more young coaches and just like building that young strength, it was just a good fit for Jim Leonard. But looks like that's not going to happen now because he turned down the Packers' offer to become defensive coordinator. So I guess he's out. People were saying he took time to talk to his family, and after all that, he decided to stay at Madison. So I guess maybe he just feels more comfortable there, or he's just not ready to return to the NFL yet. So that leaves us with two other candidates that were pretty high on the list, which would be Evero of the Rams under Sean McVay, and another Rams coach being Joe Barry. So the talks were the three of them, and it's apparent that the Packers clearly wanted Jim Leonard because they offered him the position, but now since he's out, it looks like maybe it could be one of those two. And from what I've heard, Evero has been the Rams safeties coach for the last 4 seasons, and back when Matt LaFleur was still on the Rams, they built a strong relationship over there. So, I mean, just from what I've heard, I feel like Evero would be a good fit. Even though I definitely wanted Jim Leonard as a top choice, but since he's out, I think Evero, not a bad option. As you know, the Rams last year, their pass defense ranked 4th in the NFL. So you gotta give some credit to Evero over there, and I just hope we get. I'd really like to have a young defensive coordinator or young mind. He's just getting started in the NFL, just like when we hired Matt LaFleur. Somebody young who might not be the most experienced or have the biggest resume, but just someone trying to get their foot in the door and like make a name for themselves, just like Matt LaFleur already has in his first 2 seasons here. So I think that's a big thing for us, and we're just looking for that last piece, somebody to take the Packers defense where they want to be, because the Packers defense hasn't been bad. It hasn't been terrible, especially over the last 2 seasons with Mike Pettin. Like Mike Pettin, he had some bad moments, especially the last second touchdown to Scotty Miller, along with some other things. But Mike Pettin he put together a good defense. The pass rush was there most of the time, and we got Jair and Darnell Savage and E.J. Amos making plays. But in my opinion, the defense was definitely good enough this year. In past years, it's always been about the Packers getting far, and then the defense finally breaks, and that's how our season ends. But this year, maybe not the first half of the year, but the second half of the year into the playoffs, this defense was good enough to win a Super Bowl. And even in the NFC Championship game, I know there were some blatant obvious plays that just can't happen, but still got 3 turnovers. So, what are you gonna do with that? But yeah, Jim Leonard, no longer in the running for defensive coordinator, and he'll return to the Badgers. So Packers still looking for their next DC. Could be Joe Barry, who I haven't heard too much about, but I'll keep looking into that. But I think candidate number 2 would definitely be Evero, who's right behind Jim Leonard. So we'll see if the Packers offer him some position. See if they offer him the DC spot in the next couple hours or next couple days. And yeah, just whatever helps the Packers make a run at this thing next year. As we know, Brian Gutekunst was talking about the salary cap and throwing extensions everywhere or restructuring contracts just to keep the Packers in a win now situation. And that's good news to hear for Packers fans, just hearing the aggressiveness, hopefully, and we're still trying to make a run at this thing while we still got Aaron. So I'll see what happens in the next couple of days and going into the draft, because this is a big year. It's a big year for the Pack. Like, you don't know how many years we got left, and if we can just keep the core of this team together. In the previous video I was talking about Aaron Jones. And I'd love to have Aaron Jones back, or Corey Linsley might be going, Kevin King, Chandler Sullivan, maybe a couple other guys, but I mean, whoever we can keep, it's better, and whatever we can do next year, it's going to be, we gotta finish the job. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my opinion on Jim Leonard not being the next DC, and I wouldn't be surprised if Evero gets an offer, and I'd be happy to take Evero right now. So we'll see what happens. But that's going to do it for this video. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more Packers content and more NFL content in general. So I'll see you in the next video.